Hello, my name is Steve Bowler, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at quality of service, or otherwise known as QoS. We're going to be specifically within QoS, we're going to be taking a look at what's called the Modular QoS CLI, and what this breaks down to is the Modular Quality of Service command line interface. We're going to be taking a look at how to implement the MQC on Cisco routers, how it functions. We're also going to be taking a look at some show commands so that we can see specific output, and we're going to be also talking about why we use the MQC. And the MQC was developed to get away from legacy implementations of quality of service that only allowed, one, only allowed for applying a single type of quality of service method on an interface in one direction at a time. What the modular and what the MQC allows us to do is to, apply multiple types of policies within, the multiple types of policies within, the same interface, uh, going the same direction. So we can have, one type of method that's filtering web traffic outbound on this one serial 00, and then on the same interface we can be, you know, we can be implementing a different type of quality of service where we are, you know, um, setting, the IP precedence value of, FTP traffic to a high value so that it's, going to be more preferred. So what we're going to see here with MQC is it allows us um, more options than the legacy quality service methods. So it's awesome. It's very structured. It's very easy to, you know um, to implement once you understand the basics of, the MQC. You can do a lot with it. It's very powerful. So what we're going to be using here in this lab is we're going to be using the frame relay switch here. It's basically just got two DELCs, 1 to 2 and 102 and 201. We're going to go into these routers and we're just going to configure them. We're going to be looks like we have an error here. Let me go ahead and fix this real fast. Okay, well, I'm back. It looks like I ran into some problems here with GNS3 on the local computer. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of there, and I got into the supercomputer here. And now what I'm going to have to do is I'll go ahead and get into the routers here. We'll just get these routers set up. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you here in this lab how to use the MQC and how to set it up. What we're going to see is there's three main things that you have to set up in order for the MQC to work. First, what we're going to see is we're going to be using what's called a class map, and just like it sounds, a class map is going to be used to classify our traffic types, and we can do this by many different ways. We can classify, we can match based on an access list. We can match on, packet length. We can match on frame relay discard eligible bits. That's what we're going to do here in this lab. I'm going to show you that way. I'm going to show you multiple ways in which we can, match traffic here using class maps. The next thing what we're going to be using is what's called the policy map. And the policy maps are going to be used to pretty much to give us an action to implement once we have matched a certain class map. So as you might have already come to realizing, is that the class map is actually going to be the class maps that we make are going to be put into the policy map, and then the policy map is going to be giving the class maps specific actions to take. So the class maps are inside the policy map, and then the policy map takes an action based on what we want to do here. So we can have 10 different class maps inside of a policy map, all of them all of them with different actions and matching different ACLs and matching different packet links or interfaces or differentiated services, code points, DSCP values, IP precedence values, and then the policy map under each class is what we're going to specify a specific action. And then the last step here is what we're going to see in this MQC is the service policy. And this is where we actually apply the policy map to an actual interface. And we have two different methods. We can apply it inbound or outbound. And so what we're going to do here with this lab is we're going to try to get you guys familiar with the MQC, different types of ways we can use the MQC to classify traffic, then to put the different classes of traffic into a policy, then to have the policy perform a specific action on the types or the classes of traffic, and then last but not least we're going to wrap this up with the service policy, basically applying it to an interface just like you would apply like an ACL to an interface. You know how you set up an ACL, then you have to apply it to an interface, inbound or outbound. So it's the same concept here. We apply ACL, inbound or outbound, on an interface. Same thing here with the policy maps using the service policy command. So first thing, we'll just get on here and set up the configuration here. What we're going to be running is frame relay. And on interface serial 00, we're given an IP address of 172.16.12.1 for router 1. And then we'll do a frame relay. We'll do static map here. We'll just map to the other side, which is 172.16.12.2, and then that's over delc 102. And we'll allow broadcasts to run over by applying the broadcast command. And then the last thing we'll do here is we'll go interface serial 00. Let's do a no shut here. Then we'll go ahead and create a loopbacks. As you can see, we have loopback 0, 1, and 2. So under loopback 0, we're giving it the IP address of